Hello, I'm Charlie and I'm joined here with Lisa, one of the co-owners of Education Quizzes. Now, a child's education is divided into 4 key stages, and through these videos we're going to look at how each of those key stages is divided to help the child's learning. So Lisa, we're going to look at Key Stage 1 first. Can you tell me a little bit about Key Stage 1?
Yeah. Key Stage 1, also known as KS1, is a part of the national curriculum taught to children aged 5 to 7 in years 1 and 2 of primary school.
So it's for the youngest children then?
Not quite. Most children start school in the reception class when they are 4 or 5 years old. KS1 begins 1 year later.
Okay, so as it's part of the national curriculum, is Key Stage 1 a list of subjects that need to be taught?
Partly. It does have a list of subjects and topics which have to be taught, but it also includes tests and assessments to measure children's abilities.
Quite a lot to look at then. I suppose let's start with subjects then. How many of them are there?
10 altogether. English, Maths and Science, Design and Technology, History, Geography, Art and Design, Music, PE and Computering.
Wow, is that all of them?
It's all the compulsory subjects. Schools also have to teach RE, but parents can remove their child from those lessons if they so wish.
Oh, okay. Are there any others like that?
Many schools also teach PSHE, citizenship and modern foreign languages.
I see. So I suppose the question that many parents will want answered is, does Education Quizzes cover all of the subjects of Key Stage 1?
Most of them. Of the 14 subjects taught in KS1, we have sections devoted to 10 of them.
Okay, so now let's look at the tests and assessments that you mentioned earlier. How many of these are there and what do they entail?
There's 4 altogether. The first takes place at the end of year 1 and it's called the Phonics screening check.
Ah, that sounds like quite a mouthful. What exactly is that test?
It's not as complicated as you might think. Each child must read 40 words out loud to a teacher. They're then assessed based on how well they did.
Okay, what if they fail the test?
If a child doesn't do well enough, they'll be given extra help with the reading. Then they retake the test at the end of year 2.
I see. Okay, well you mentioned 4 tests, so what are the other 3?
They're written tests taken at the end of year 2. 1 on maths and 2 on English.
2 in English, why 2?
The first assesses how well children can read and understand, while the second finds out how well they know grammar, punctuation and spelling.
I see, okay. And how are these tests marked?
They use a sliding scale, which sounds quite strange at first, but soon makes sense when you look at it.
Okay, can you explain about it?
Yes, pupils' scores in the tests are converted into numbers between 85 and 115. And
what do these scores represent?
Well, a score of 100 is the expected standard, so any score over 100 means the child is doing better than average.
And does a child's performance in these tests affect their schooling?
Not really. The test results are primarily used to compare different schools, but they do also give parents some idea on how well their child has done in KS1.
Brilliant. Okay, well thank you Lisa for explaining all that to us. I hope as parents that's given you some insight into how you can support your child through Key Stage 1. Until next time, goodbye.